Mark Kermode is here. We have some movies to discuss. The Men Who Stare at Goats is one of the releases. It's based on Jon Ronson's book. Jon is here. You can follow him on Twitter. Are you still doing that?
I am.
Where can we find you?
At Jon Ronson, no H in John. I dropped out for a little while like Stephen Fry, but no one, because I thought it was getting a bit mean, but no one noticed, so I just came back again.
That's rather sad, isn't it? Really?
Yes.
Okay, let's play a clip from the movie, then we can discuss. That would be a good time to sort of roll into.
That would be a very good time. Well done.
No,
made it seem seamless.
So here's the aforementioned Ewan McGregor and George Clooney.
It's just hard to believe the Pentagon paid for this. There's nothing in here actually about fighting.
New Earth Army was tasked with preventing conflict. We're a force of peace, not war. Bill understood if you wanted to change the world, you're going to start by changing the armies. He was the guy that started the research into non-lethals.
Non-lethals.
Check this out. The Predator.
Predator? Lynn, that's just a plastic...
See? You're mine now. The Predator is 100% biodegradable, it's friendly to the Earth, and it can hurt you in 100 ways. It has warrior capacities, and it looks a little bit funny.
Jesus! Stop it!
Funny thing is, you could see this just laying around on the ground, and you would never know that it has such lethality. Eyeballs.
Just explain this torture weapon which is being used there, John.
The Predator is like this kind of blob of plastic invented by a guy called Pete Brousseau, who's like a kind of maestro of violence at Camp Pendleton. He trains the 82nd Airborne. And it's a blob of plastic where every edge is kind of ergonomically designed to wreak havoc on your chakra points. So, up your nose and in your...
Where are your chakra points? I remember a James Bond film using torture on various... chakra points.
Yeah, I'm not certain where you.
Stephen Graham's joined us. Hello, Stephen.
Hello.
Do you know them?
I think you've got 7.
Right.
I think.
And they are?
Surely one's in your
head, chest, groin, obviously, and I can't remember the rest.
That's just like most of the main places, isn't it? Like, just hit something with it. That does have almost the best line in the film. He says it has deadly capability and it looks a bit funny.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that entire conversation is word for word a conversation I had with Pete Brousseau 5 years earlier.
And is that really one of the strangest things about having written this factual book, which then becomes a sort of factual but also an entertainment piece of fiction, that you've written down the transcript of an interview, word for word, between you and these people, and then all of a sudden it is being reenacted by George Clooney and Ewan McGregor?
It's really odd, but you adapt. It's kind of surprising how quickly you adapt to your new circumstances, where it sort of becomes normal. And I suppose the reason why is, if you don't adapt to your new circumstances, you kind of wake up in the morning and you go kind of, which is what I was doing at first. It's kind of just panic and anxiety about being in this kind of weird new world. But then you do adapt after a couple of days. You sort of think, this is all normal. George Clooney recreating a conversation I had.
So who's the target for this film, do you think?
Will it be the target audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, will it be, if put it this way, if it's just the Clooney, Spacey, Jeff Bridges, Ewan McGregor fans, that's quite a sizable number of people.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that what they've attempted to do, and John's talked about this to some extent, is to take a book which, I'm as you know, a big fan of John's, and we've known each other for many years. We used to work together at City Life in Manchester a long, long time ago, and I think that the investigative stuff that John has done is great. I think what they've tried to do with the film is to mainstreamize it as much as possible for very good reasons, because films cost a lot of money. They have to open them up to a bigger audience. So what they've done is to take all those strange little stories that John's come across, and then put in the centre of it a kind of buddy road movie, which is entirely sort of invented because that stuff didn't really happen. So inevitably, all the stuff that I like tends to be all the widgety stuff, all the funny stuff, like exactly that scene with him demonstrating how that bit of plastic has deadly capability but looks a bit funny. And the stuff which I'm less fond of is the characters going on a journey, because in a way that seems to me to be playing to the mainstream. But I understand why it's there, and I think to its credit, it's not a graceless job of doing that. I mean, essentially, you're taking a camel and turning it into a horse, and I kind of really like the camel, but I did enjoy the movie. I laughed, and the most important thing was that for me, I laughed. I found it funny, and I think in a way that's kind of the thing you judge. It either entertains you or it doesn't.
You've got the 5-laugh rule, right?
I have, yeah. No, it broke the 5-laugh rule quite early on. I mean, just in the scene with the Predator, there was at least 3 laughs. No, it is funny, and I think Clooney is a very watchable screen presence. Funnily enough, I mean, Bridges, Jeff Bridges can literally walk on screen with the exception of Big Lebowski, and I will just be happy anyway.
Yeah.
So even as part of me is thinking, what I want is more of the Jon Ronson stuff. In fact, funnily enough, there is quite a lot of you in it, and there is it is quite surprising how much of the odd stuff they managed to get around what is essentially a mainstream buddy road movie.
I was surprised at how much from my book was in there actually, because I kind of kept away from the whole process. I'd forgotten by the time I saw the film. I was at least 60 or 70% of the movies in my book, I'd say.
Have you seen the film or read the book, Stephen?
No, sorry. I haven't done any.
Does it sound like an attractive?
It looks great.
evening out?
I've seen the trailers and it looks fantastic to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go and see it with the missus probably this weekend or something. But I'll go and see it. Definitely, I really want to watch it.
Even the poster's funny.
Yes, it's a great poster.
They should put that on the poster.
Where he's staring at the goat.
Yeah. But they should put the poster. Even the poster's funny. Simon Mayer, Radio 5.
That's going to make people storm in there.
It's funny.